Let's do this thing. In the bottom right corner of the map, we have the Red Zerg from Team Acer, hailing from Canada. It is Scarlett. And in the bottom left, on the opposite side of the world, we have from China, it is Invictus Gaming's MacSed.
WCS would not be impressed.
I'm sure he'd be slightly impressed. Legend, though. Legend and Heaven Dome would not be impressed.
He would not be. I was going for that.
Those Korean GOM observers are so good.
Do you really think that they're doing it manually, or do you think there's some sort of program that always does the same motion?
No. They do it manually. I've seen them, and they like practice.
That's so freaking amazing.
They queue up custom games and they try practice observing. They take it to another level of observing. That's why the Western scene is so far behind in every single measure, Greetorp, even when it comes to observing.
Not this time around, Frodan.
Can you imagine a Korean training house dedicated to observing? You practice 8 hours a day and you're not allowed. It's like, did you catch every single drop on the map?
Adebisi would be on the B team.
Yes,
that's at
best, Adebisi would be on the B team of like CJ Ensis's A team Korean house for observers.
That's how hardcore they would be.
That's definitely what Korea is #1 in observing as well. MacSed is going to go for a gateway expansion. He loves doing these kinds of things. It's all about how he flavors it, though. Sometimes he likes going for a wall off and then into a Stargate to do some Phoenix harass and then gateway push.
Yep. That's going to cue Scarlett saying, hey, where's your probe? It's not around here, so I'm going to go for a 15 hatch, and that does actually move the positioning of the Overlord. Normally, you just gun it all the way over, actually over here again, so that you have one sacrificial lamb that goes in a little bit later, and you still have another one, maybe morphed into an Overseer. But you can see this is over here to defend against a lot of proxies, a lot of Forge Fast expansions, potentially threatening this incoming hatchery. But of course, we know that's not coming in, and Scarlett doing a good job. Just get droning up. We're going to probably focus on when she takes her gas, because that's going to give us indications of metabolic boost.
Yeah, I like hatch first against gateway expands. That's how it used to be for a while. And then Forge Fast expands through a giant wrench into things just because you couldn't expand very safely without risk of getting cannon rushed. And it just made Zergs really a big headache. So that's why for a long time, for a couple of years, it was always 15 or 14 pool into a hatchery right after that.
I always remember I used to train with TT1 all the time, and I'd watch him play ZVPs. We'd be on Zelnaga Caverns. He's like, Forge Fast expansion or die trying. I'm like, you are an idiot, sir. You die to everything. On Zelnaga.
Yeah, I remember, what was his name? Was it Plexa? On Team Liquid Forums made this big post about going Nexus first on Zelnaga Caverns, and I thought, what is this idiot trying to go for a quick Nexus? Because at that time, everyone was going 3-gate expand in this matchup.
Nobody went Forge Fast
Everyone went
expansion.
3-gate Sentry expand.
Whoa. Are we going to see what kind of dealio is this? A second extractor. Now, we've seen some 2-base play where you just get a lot of tech, and then from there, you're able to, properly assess the situation, take your third accordingly. But this is a pretty early second gas. At 5 minutes in, no metabolic boost on the way. I have to feel like this is going to be some roach pressure coming up that's very, very powerful.
Wouldn't the Roach Warren be up by now, though?
Unless she's like...
and she is going for a... Well, okay. She is spending the first gas on the metabolic boost instead of a layer. I thought maybe a quick layer.
So this is a very delayed metabolic boost. Maybe she forgot it.
It could be. At the same time, I have to kind of... I want to err on the side that Scarlett definitely knows what she's doing. At least compared to us.
Okay, so reasons why you don't spend the metabolic boost right away is because maybe you don't feel threatened, and at the same time, you just want to produce all of that, produce from all of the larvae. Remember that metabolic boost is a potential 2 drones. So if you catch it in the beginning of a cycle, you're just going to have larvae that will not keep making out of the hatchery.
This is starting to look a little bit like the build that she did against Oz, where she went for a quick +1 melee, and she only goes 1 Evo Chamber, and then goes for a fast Infestation Pit off the lair, now that I'm starting to realize it. And then she tried going quick Infestors, but I'm not sure if that was in a reaction, because by the time she was getting the Infestation Pit, she was getting shoved. So maybe it was like, I need Infestor Swarm Host, people can't get up in time. We'll check in with her in just a little bit, but meanwhile, let's also stop by MacSed's base because there are 2 players in this game.
Yeah.
As much as we love to talk about Scarlett, MacSed is going for a Warp Prism and lining up his sentries as if he wants to drop them as well. And that can follow with a lot of gateway pressure, but he is getting his gases that is natural. So MacSed might be slow playing this, but it could be selling information. You never know if he's actually going to harvest off those gases and then just drop a bunch of gateways.
Moving on up, just checking out what's going on. Oh, I didn't get a chance to see. I don't think she was able to see the Warp Prism coming out here.
Oh, maybe? Oh no, I don't think she did.
Not.
Wow.
She was not. Oh,
those Zergling needs glasses.
So close, Zergling. Move down. Okay.
This one.
This might catch it.
Really?
And
wow.
So the Overlord will see.
Well, by then, it's still a slow reaction because you still have to do something to protect your ramp.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Scarlett might be in a little bit of a conundrum. Oh, okay.
She's
never mind.
in
She just drops
a lot
to the
of
spine
trouble.
crawlers. Now the drop has initiated before Zealous can get warped in.
No, she's in so much trouble for him because remember, all of her investment is actually into Zerglings. They're gonna get two shot? No, 3 shotted still. It's still 0,
There's
0,
no
0.
+1.
But Zealots are exceedingly good against Zerglings.
Not off the
and with
Queen.
this,
Whoa!
oh
the
man,
Queen was able to dodge a nice trap there, but yes, the force fields are still relentless. MacSed doing good damage with this throwback build, but the spine crawler is about to finish, but doesn't matter because the Zealots have been working on them the entire time, and as a result, only one was able to finish her Greed Torque.
Yep. And as long as MacSed just keeps on force shielding that ramp, which you will do, just beautifully done. Just continuous with that. Now surrounding on the sentries.
It's getting a little out of control still because the Infestation Pit is also being targeted while he's trying to get Pathogen Glands out. And Scarlett now finally can enter the main base after MacSed has slipped on his force field control for just half a second. But enough damage has been dealt to at least stall the initial plan of Scarlett as the Infestation Pit had to be reset, and as much as she wanted to go for that quick Ling Infestor, was not able to get out any Infestors at all.
Really nice win from MacSed, but I do not agree with his follow-up. He's going directly into Blink. Now, Blink is okay. It's actually really good against just solo Zerglings, but as soon as Infestors step onto the field, that's when things get a little bit dicey. And maybe he's saying, oh, I killed the Infestation Pit, everything's fine. Okay, maybe I'm going to take back my word because obviously no Infestors out anytime soon. So if he can hit before Infestors are really relevant, then yes, this will be very useful. 80 seconds until the pathogen glands finishes, and also 80 seconds until Infestors are out on the field.
Oh, that's right. Pathogen Glands didn't give a chance to finish. And Scarlett also sees no third, starting to Overseer Scout, and sees also the robotics, the gateway count, everything. She knows what's happening. Going to contaminate the robo. That's a very nice way to stall as much time as possible. Regardless, can Scarlett hold it off with just pure amount of Zerglings and the few Infestors that pop out? This is a tough position.
It was just too much in that beginning stage. I mean, losing out to the sentries.
Now MacSed's going to push. This third hatchery is going to drop immediately with almost 0 resistance other than those Broodlings. Scarlett trying to buy time for the spine crawlers, but MacSed might strike before they even finish and force field the Zerglings out before they can get past the wall. Excellent force fields from MacSed, and as a result, Scarlett is stuck behind this energy force field where she's not able to pass, and that is going to pretty much seal the deal because MacSed has too much. The Fungals are going to get there, but the Blink has finished, and the Stalkers can get there ahead of time. GG. MacSed